Hi! In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can start using one of our form templates to get a fast start in WeWeb. Now, for this tutorial, I'm going to be using the employee feedback form template. In this page, you're going to be able to click on Use Template to be able to copy this into your workspace. Now, here I have it open in my editor. And as you can see, this is a multi-step form. And in this case, it's a multi-step form for an employee feedback form. So you're able to choose your anonymity and then your name. And as soon as I click on this button, okay, oops, I didn't select anything. I deselected it. So that's a good point. I wanted to talk about validation and how it's going to work. I'm going to break down how I built this form so you are able to understand it and work on top of it. If I don't have anything selected, it doesn't allow me to move forward. It's applying validation. And all right, let's select anonymous. And now I'm able to move forward, right? Same here. It's applying validation. That is super important because I want to break down how I made it. First of all, I created two variables. One is the current step. Basically, it tells our app in which step we are, step 1, step 2, step 3. And then we have the total steps, meaning how many steps our form has. Now, in our case, we have 5 steps. And why is it important that I have this, and also this variable here, which is called form data? I'm going to show you here. Every single step that we have inside of this project, it's divided into its own little section. Now, every section is going to appear, it's going to show or hide depending on which step we're counting, right? 1, 2, 3. And every time we're applying validation here, validating, and we're adding to a variable. So as soon as I click on next, it's going to validate if something has been chosen. If your email is correct, if your name is correct, it's going to apply any validation that you want, and it's going to add it to this variable that is called form data, which is this one here, form data. So this form data variable is going to hold the value of every single step and is going to join it so we can use it. So that's how this multi-step form is built. You can see it more clearly here in our layout when we come here. So we're using a single form container that has several steps inside of it, which are being shown or hidden depending of our current step. Awesome. Now that we have that understanding, I want to connect my application with the backend. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how you can connect it with our Airtable. Now, you can use any backend that you want, meaning Supabase, Xano, or an API key that you want, or REST API. Now, let's go here into plugins, data sources, and I'm going to be choosing Airtable. It's going to ask me for my personal access token. When you click on find it here, it's going to show you, it's going to take you to this page in your Airtable account. Let's call it demo. I wanted to read the data in my records, create and edit and delete records, right? I want to allow it. I wanted to read my schema. And finally, I want to add which project is holding my table that I want to use for this project. I'm gonna copy it. Let's get back to here and I'm going to paste it. All right, now we're able to add a collection. Now for the source, it's going to be Airtable, dynamic. Now which base? Now for this project, I already created a very simple page here, which is, I call it employee feedback, and I gave it a bunch of columns that are mapped exactly to my variable that I have here, form data. Here it is, perfect. Continue, I don't want pagination, and that's it. Our next step is going to grab every single step that we had from this form and send it to my Airtable. Then you need to select the form container, which means this one. And here you're able to submit to work on the submit workflow that I already created. All right, so this is the workflow. That's gonna be checking if this is the final step. If we open here, is current step equal to total step? If it's not, just move to the next step, and if it is, submit it, right? So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to create a new step on Airtable, and I'm going to create a record. For which collection? For feedbacks. And here you can see it's going to map every single one of the columns that I created there. Now these columns are the same ones that I have for this form data. To make it easier, I'm going to pre-fill this. Culture. All right. Now, before I click on submit, I'm just gonna leave the preview mode and I'm gonna go back to the submit workflow, and now it's gonna be easier for me to map the fields. Remember that we're merging every single step and every single input into this huge variable. It's called form data. So this is the one that we're gonna be using. So instead of grabbing it from here, you need to grab it here. From project, form data. This is the one, which is basically this one. Now that we mapped every single input to our action, we're able to test it. So let's clean our debug mode here in this little bug. And now let's go to preview and submit. And as you can see here, we created like this huge form data variable. We sent it, and every single step in our workflow moved forward, which means we succeeded. And now we should check our table. And here we have it, test. So it's working. And all right, so I connected Airtable, but you are able to use any backend that you want, any data source. And also you can keep modifying this template to add authentication, to add several layers of complexity if you want to. Now, I hope that this quick tutorial gave you a better understanding of how our templates were built and what you can do with it. All right, so happy building.